I want to welcome you guys to the very first episode of Upgrading Ecom Supplement Companies Copywriting. So in this series, what I'm going to be doing is on a weekly basis, I'll be breaking down a 7, 8, or 9-figure ecom supplement companies copywriting and marketing they're putting out and showing you different ways that I would change what they're doing to increase conversions, boost sales, and different things along those lines. So if there's any ecom companies that come to mind for you that you'd like to see me do a breakdown on, please go ahead and leave those below in the comments. And I would love to go ahead and do a video breaking it down. My overall goal is to just show you guys how I would personally change and modify things, some split tests that they could run to dramatically increase their conversions and obviously drive a lot more sales. So for episode 1, today, we have a company named Astroflave. They are crushing it. They're building a really phenomenal brand. I've had the opportunity to speak with the CEO and the CMO. And the painstaking detail that they put into all their different ingredients, their testing is really just top notch. And the cool part is looking at how they're also building a brand. So what we have here is their hero SKU named Elevated. If you go over to their Facebook ads library, you'll see that the lion's share of ads are driving people to a page like this. So I don't want to go over to Facebook ads library. I tried that in a previous Loom and it just completely screwed up and made my Loom glitch out. But if you go over there, it's like 90+% of their ads are driving you to a page like this. They have a couple other pages, but the majority are driving people to a page like this. So the company is great. The quality of ingredients you're using, the brand they're building is phenomenal. So I wanted to do a breakdown on this page because I think they do have a lot of really good elements, but there is some low-hanging fruit that they could weave into this page to dramatically increase their conversions. So let's go ahead and break down this original page, and then we'll pop over to the Google Doc that I have with the different suggestions that I have for them. So I like this above the fold, the logo, 38% off discount, shop now will drop you down to the 136. Their hero image here is good. What I would personally do with this is I would make the bottle a lot bigger. I would have the before and after on the left and right-hand side, and then I would have a headline at the top of the image. And I'll show you guys how I would do that in the Google Doc. And then as we get down to their headline, unlock the secret to optimal testosterone with Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agrestis. That is a pretty weak headline, if I'm being honest, because people don't want to unlock optimal testosterone. They want what testosterone will do for them. So this headline is lacking specific, clear benefits of what Elevated is going to do for them. Another thing that I see that I think could be working against them in this headline is that anybody who's been looking into increasing their testosterone naturally in the past 2, maybe 3 years since Huberman was on that Rogan podcast and very first brought it up, has heard of Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agrestis. And so if you bring up something that somebody has either previously tried or they think they already know about, you're going to lose their attention and they will click out of the page. So I think that this headline lacks clear specific benefits of what Elevated can do for them. And by calling out Fedosia Agrestis and Tongat Ali in the headline, you're going to get a lot of people that think they've already heard of this. And maybe they've even tried another product that had Tongat and Fedosia in it, but it didn't come from a very good source. They weren't tested, all of these different kinds of things. So I would personally remove that from the headline, and I'll show you guys the replacement one that I would use for them. So I do like that they have 5-star reviews, 4.8 out of 5,000 based on 11,000 plus reviews. Elevated is a testosterone booster that combines Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agrestis and other ingredients to help you increase testosterone levels. This could be made significantly stronger. I do like that they call out the 250-point boost in testosterone. They actually have a case study on this page that shows real lab work from a guy, and that's what he had happen. So to have that as a claim and then also to have the evidence is really great. Then these 2 other bullets I think are kind of weak and don't help very much. So I'll show you how I would change those. This learn more button just drops them down further on the page. It doesn't take them to the cart. So I would actually change this to a button that drops them down to the cart. The ingredients featured in section, I do like because you're leaning on heavy social proof. And then you have Rogan right there in the middle. And we know that he can move the needle for entire supplement companies. It's not a low T replacement. It's a low T solution. I do like the framing of that. However, the copy below it is just a bit weaker than I would like. I think that here we still need to be hitting on the benefits and what it's going to do for them. You have a little bit of that with the quick and noticeable results, convenient and effortless, but I still want to be more focusing on the benefits of it, of what it's going to do for them in this section, because it's still relatively early in the page. Then from here, we have a basic breakdown of their ingredients. If you guys have ever read any of these. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have, or maybe you've even written them. You know, very typical ingredient section. But here is one thing to keep in mind. These guys have a really top tier product, and they go to painstaking details with the quality of the raw sourced ingredients, with the manufacturing, with the third party testing, and none of it comes through right here. So I think that this is a really low hanging fruit opportunity for them to explain a little bit more about the ingredients. What do they do for people? Why was it included? Where does it come from? Why does it matter? And why is it in this product is really what I want to see from them in this section. And it's just a little bit too short. You have some space here. If you've done a good job above this section in the page, hitting on benefits, reversing risk, showing them social proof, once you get to the ingredients, you can really dig into them a little bit and make the product feel very new and very unique and not like anything else that they've tried. And I think that this copy right here just doesn't do a very good job of that. Obviously, love that they have another shop now button right there. Then we have some of the benefits. These vectors, I think, could be made a lot better and a lot more attention grabbing personally. Then skip the prescription, elevated has you covered. So kind of railing against TRT. That's a big marketing message that you'll see in a lot of their ads and even in their pages and stuff like that. This is really pushing against the whole movement to go out and get TRT. There's a better, all natural, healthier solution with elevated. Then we get to their 136. Very, very typical for any kind of e-commerce supplement company. And one of the things that they do on this that I absolutely love, that I have a lot of my clients add in if they don't already have it when we start working together, is putting in an ebook. So it's a really great way to kind of stack the offer a bit. And also, I think it helps to reverse a little bit of the buyer's remorse. So if you think about it, people usually, when they're ordering from a page like this, they have to wait a few days for the supplement to get there. So you want to give them something to consume immediately that is going to start helping them think about the product that's going to be arriving for them in a few days. So I think it just does a great job of kind of stacking the offer, of really increasing the perceived value. And then you're giving them something they can consume right away while they're waiting for the product to get there. So I think that any supplement company should 100% add an ebook. I don't like this section. I feel like it takes up way too much space on the page, and it doesn't do a really good job of moving the needle. Made in the USA, vegan, nut-free, dairy-free, personally sourced. These vectors being black check marks, I'm also just not a fan of. Then we have social proof, over 11,000 success stories and growing daily. Basic social proof. Then we have the ingredients discussed on Joe Rogan. I do like this section. What I do not like about it, though, is the fact that when you click this watch the podcast clip, it takes you off the page and onto YouTube. I'm not a fan of that. If we are really doing what we want to be doing of convincing somebody to buy this supplement, getting them to click and go watch a podcast clip is not a good move. So I would remove that watch this podcast clip altogether from this page. Then this is really cool. They have a case study from this guy, Saxon Koger, who had a whole story before taking elevated, getting his blood work done, and then taking it after elevated. And so they have real actual data from somebody on the increase in testosterone that this guy experienced. So here's another thing that they could do that I like to do with my supplement clients as well, which is in this whole section right here about Saxon could be turned into an advertorial that they run. So if you don't know, a lot of people do these days, you can look on YouTube and learn more about advertorials, but advertorials are something you generally put before a page like this. So what I mean by that is people will run a Facebook ad to an advertorial, and then when you click on the advertorial, it drops you on a page like this. And one of the benefits of having an advertorial before a page like this one is that it pre-sells people. It hits on the pain points, it agitates them a little bit, it helps to invalidate the other solutions that people have tried and explains why those didn't work for them, and then lets them know that there is this new, unique, different, and better alternative that can solve the problem that they're dealing with. So what it does a great job of is it pre-sells people on the solution and on the supplement before they ever hit a page like this. So you don't have to do as much hard selling. It pre-convinces people, and really what you're getting when the people land on this page is they're already pre-sold. They want the product. They want to learn more about it. So you don't have to have the really long, bloated text sales letters that a lot of direct response companies write. So an advertorial is really just a blend of a piece of content that looks like an editorial, almost like a blog, and combining it with the advertising elements of persuasion, the unique mechanism of the problem, the solution. Here's why it's different and better. This is the results people are getting. So you're really just pre-selling them on the supplement before they hit this page. So you're getting really hot, warm traffic on this page to bump conversions a bit. I like to use them with a lot of my supplement clients. So then we have more social proof, trusted by fitness experts, another 136. I would remove this section, and then their FAQ. Now, the FAQ is decent. I've seen much worse ones. Here's what I would personally do with this FAQ, though. I would probably add 5 to 6 questions. I would double the length of each one of their answers, and I would make it read like convincing sales copy. So if we think about it from a basic just consumer psychology standpoint, if somebody has read all the way down to the FAQ or watched it in like a VSL, the person's really interested in whatever it is that you're selling. So this is our last ditch effort, our last big opportunity to sell the person. This is a big mistake that I think a lot of e-com supplement companies make, is they treat their FAQ like a redheaded stepchild. It's like an afterthought that they just whip together when they're all done writing the other copy, without recognizing that the FAQ is really a phenomenal chance to overcome objections and to answer any lingering questions that somebody may have. So instead of writing it like a boring history book, write it like persuasive sales copy. Hit on the big problem that it's going to solve, start showing how unique it is and how all the different ingredients were hand selected, invalidate all the other solutions, rehash the guarantee, start talking about the different secondary benefits that they're going to get from this product. Include different things like you can only get this deal on this page, and here's the reasons why. So I have another video that's coming out in a few different days, in a few days, that is all about how to reorganize and rewrite your FAQ, and why I think this is such a powerful conversion lever that so many people really don't pay enough attention to. So this is the overall page. I'm going to pop over to the Google Doc and show you guys how I would personally modify different elements on that page to increase the conversions. So here we go. Let me move my Loom video real quick. All right, so first up, the headline. Naturally boost your testosterone by 200 plus points to increase muscle mass, energy, and libido. Much stronger headline because we're being very specific and there's clear benefits that we know that guys want. The 3 things that guys are going to want when it comes to boosting testosterone is they want better muscle mass, they want to get in better shape, they don't want to feel as much fatigue and brain fog as they typically feel, and they want to have a stronger libido. You can go into some erectile dysfunction stuff, but that might be an issue when it comes to compliance and stuff. So much stronger headline that gives very clear, specific benefits of what we know guys want from their testosterone booster. Then in our subheadline, we're connecting those benefits with Elevated. Every time you take a capsule Elevated, you release the natural testosterone needed to look, feel, and perform at your best each day. Now, this isn't my world's best copy. I whipped this up just so I could make this video. So bear with me a little bit. And then here for the picture, I spoke about this on the previous page, but what I would do personally is I would have the bottle be much bigger. I would have it be a lot closer. I would have the lab results before on the left and then after on the right. And I would have them kind of blown up. So the part that's in yellow that shows the change in testosterone is significantly bigger. And then I would have some kind of headline at the top that says, you know, real results for real men, or something along those lines, so that it just shows that this is actual real blood work that a guy who took Elevated got. So then from there, I would just go straight into, again, benefits, hitting them with the specific clear benefits that we know that guys care about. So here's what Elevated can do for you in X amount of days. So we're kind of future pacing how long it's going to take for them to see results and to get these benefits. Have, 3 to 5 real clear benefits that we know the guys want. Then from there, but don't take our word for it. Try it for 30 days risk-free. If it doesn't work, you don't pay. Another call to action there. And then we're going to have some social proof up a bit higher than they have it on the original page. So I want to have a 5-star review. I want to have a testimonial with a picture of the guy, maybe him like holding the bottle or something, and then a little bit of text about what he says. Then from there, I would move up the Rogan section to here because I think that he really is a needle mover, and people who are interested in optimizing testosterone, obviously like Rogan, they like Huberman. So I would move that section up right under that testimonial. And then from there, I would have more social proof with 11,000 men have increased muscle mass while boosting energy in their libido with Elevated. Then have actual pictures of guys like holding bottles of Elevated. I've seen that work for a lot of different clients. And so this is already would give them a big lift. because we have really clear, specific benefits. We have had social proof. We have shown them that this will work for them when other things haven't. And from there, we also have risk reversal with the guarantee. So in like 2 or 3 scrolls, we've hit on really clear, very strong benefits that we know the guys want. We've already given them a risk reversal, and then we've given them a ton of social proof that shows that it will work for them. So then from there, we're going to get into a new section that they don't have on the original page, which is just highlighting why men today have low testosterone. So it's not enough to just say this will boost your testosterone. In a industry like supplements, and specifically with supplements that people have a high level of skepticism around, like testosterone boosters, you need to give them a unique mechanism of the problem. You need to explain why they're having this problem, and you need it to be something that they don't currently know about. So it needs to be a bit of a belief shifting section for them, where when you look at it from, Eugene Schwartz, Breakthrough Advertising, the different levels of awareness and sophistication that a market goes through, this is a very highly sophisticated market because they've seen so much marketing on increasing their testosterone. You need to give them a new reason why they have low testosterone that they don't currently know about, because then that perfectly tees it up for you to come in and explain why your supplement is the only solution that deals with the real root cause of the problem. So then from that section, we're just going to have a picture of a low T fella here, hunched over, low confidence, skinny. And then a new section where we're going to be breaking down, if you want to increase your testosterone, here's what you need to do. So here, we're just going to be explaining the process of increasing testosterone in the body and how it actually works. And really what we're doing here is we're giving them the unique mechanism of the solution. We're not talking about Elevated and how Elevated is going to help them do this yet. We're just hitting on the big problem they didn't know that they're dealing with that is causing the low testosterone. And then we're going to show them this is the solution that helps you to reverse that problem and get the results and increase your testosterone here. Now, another idea that they could use for this is they could use the Saxon Koger story from the original page and just use that for this whole section. Because if we talk about the problems he was dealing with, then we discuss what he tried that didn't work. Then he took Elevated, and here's the results he got. It goes through the whole unique mechanism of the problem and solution pretty well, and making it a story is something that people generally really like to read. We're just hardwired to read stories. So they could do the UMP and the UMS, or they could just really use Saxon's story here. Then this is another one that I kind of went back and forth on. You could use it, you don't have to, but I personally would add in another section that just clearly talks about here's why other solutions didn't work for you. It gives you another opportunity to throw rocks at common low T solutions and explain why they fail really clearly. We've already done that a little bit on this page, but this just gives us another opportunity to really elevate, no pun intended, the status of this product in the reader's mind. Then from here, we'd go into a new section where we introduce the hero ingredient to increase their testosterone. Now, one of the things that they're currently doing is they hit on Fedosia agrestis and Tongkat Ali together. I would pick one of them. We know that, as funny as it is, having 1-star hero ingredient always wins when it comes to supplement copywriting and marketing. So I would pick one of those, and then I would really hype up that star ingredient and talk about its uniqueness and the different things that it can do and why it's so special and solves this problem in a way that other ingredients don't. That perfectly tees you up to be able to go ahead and show how all the other supporting ingredients in your supplement only make that star ingredient that much stronger. That's what I like about using one hero ingredient, is that then you can essentially treat all the other ingredients in that product like supporting actors that only make that star hero ingredient way stronger, way more beneficial. So I would just have a few paragraphs that highlight the hero ingredient, why it's special, why it's unique, how it solves the problems. Then we'd already spoken about this, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but I just want longer explanations of what the ingredient does and why it helps guys to increase their muscle mass, their energy, their libido. I want to have sexier pictures of each one of those ingredients, and I would probably have maybe like double the length of what they currently have, breaking down all those supporting ingredients. Then we'd have another social proof section, over 11,000 success stories for men who use Elevated daily. Then from here, I have this section, which I think would be really powerful for them, which is how long is it going to take to work? When can I expect to see results? Like, everybody wants to know how quickly everything's going to work these days. So you just want to future pace that. You want to give them an opportunity to clearly understand how long this product is going to take to work, but also create an environment where they can start to see themselves inside experiencing those benefits of increasing muscle mass, having more energy, boosting their libido, all those kinds of things. So here, you're just kind of setting the pace of when they're going to experience the benefits. But covertly, really what we're doing is we're future pacing the results and allowing them to see themselves on the other side of low testosterone. Then we're going to have another section is just a basic comparison breakdown. If you guys have written for or own any e-com supplement companies, this is really, really common, but it's something that's missing from their page. Funny enough, they're running a ad where they're really throwing rocks at TRT, and this is the graphic that they're running. They could literally just pop this over, put it on the page, and it would do a great job of showing why this is better than their competitors or other solutions and things like that. So just an image like this, and then having a bit of text longer than they have on this graphic, obviously, but having a bit of text that shows, this is why this is great. This is why TRT is horrible. Have like 3 to 5 of those, and you're pretty set there. Then our basic 1, 3, 6 bottle selection. I would have an entire section dedicated to the 30-day money-back guarantee, especially because so many people are burned by supplements. They have a bad taste in their mouth from it, that if you can really hammer home the 30-day guarantee and reverse the risk for them, it makes them feel a lot safer and it makes them feel more comfortable going ahead and buying the product. I would include a bit more social proof. And then also I would take their FAQ and I would make it longer and I would answer more questions. So questions like, I've tried everything else from common solution, and common solution. So what makes elevated superior to all those? Again, you would really be writing this like persuasive, convincing copy. You would be talking about the unique mechanism of the problem and why no other solution solves it. And then talking about how the ingredients that were hand selected and elevated goes about solving the unique mechanism of the problem and will get them the results that they want, which is obviously higher testosterone, more muscle mass, getting jacked, feeling confident, energy, libido, all that stuff. Then from here, what you want to do is you want to tease secondary benefits that people might not even know about. So we'll elevate it also secondary benefit and secondary benefit too. So then in this FAQ section, you have an opportunity to really just talk about the different ingredients and highlight how they target different things that guys are dealing with. And by having this level of care with ingredients and ones that were this hand selected and yada, 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 it's going to also give you this benefit and this benefit and this benefit that you may not have even considered that you're experiencing, that you're not experiencing because of the low testosterone. Are there any side effects and is it safe to take long-term? They have this in their FAQ, but what they aren't doing very well with this is I know the level of painstaking detail that they go into when it comes to sourcing the raw ingredients, to their manufacturing, to the testing. So I would have their original FAQ section, and then I would probably have 2 to 3 paragraphs just going about talking about why it's safe and why it is effective for people to take long-term, hitting on the quality of the ingredients, the quality of their manufacturing, and the rigorous testing that their supplement goes through. Number 4, I don't have fatigue, libido, yada, yada all the time. It's infrequent. What elevated still help me. So sometimes people don't experience these issues that they're running into on a daily basis. It's infrequent. So they just want to know, hey, I don't have this problem all the time. Will this still help me? So this is a perfect opportunity to talk about whether they experience a problem frequently or infrequently. The root of the problem is still really the same. And so if they're able to solve the root of the problem, not only will they wipe away experiencing it infrequently or frequently, but also go into all the benefits that they're going to experience. How will their life be better? Really paint a picture of how their life is going to be different and better once they wipe away this problem that they're dealing with in the form of low testosterone. Then 5th, will product help me with symptom? So if you think about it like this, low testosterone is a problem. How people experience low testosterone on a daily basis is a symptom. And for every one big problem there's tons of symptoms. And so people may not relate to low testosterone. They may relate to the symptoms, which is how they experience low testosterone on a daily basis. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you're hitting on a wide swath of symptoms that you know that people are experiencing. So here, you're going to talk about how by solving the big problem of low testosterone, these symptoms are going to be erased from their life, and then go into how the different ingredients are helping them to address the big problem, but also addressing the downstream symptoms that they're experiencing on a daily basis too. So that is all I got for you guys. That is how I would go about improving the conversions and strengthening a hybrid page like this for a company that's already doing really well. And I will be back next week with another episode of upgrading e-commerce supplements copywriting. If you guys have any questions, or if there are any e-com supplement brands that you guys would like me to break down, maybe a piece of their hybrid page or an advertorial, an ad or an email or something like that, just go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I would be more than happy to go ahead and make that video for you guys. So I'll see you next week. Adios.